Just as like first of all, thanks for Tooth Maker following me, and on Twitch, not on YouTube, but anyway. Second of all, right, in the previous in Sky Kingdom we played Arcanos game where we had to defeat the forces of the Sky Kingdom, with there being no losses to them, but potential losses to my side in High Inferno. And now I have reached the Palace of Omniscience, and I'm about to talk to the Guru, but first, before that, I'm gonna talk to a couple of people from Thing. I forestrung a couple of normal people from the Sky Kingdom. And since both Inferno and Forstrang are already here, let's start. Wow! This place is in fact an enormous library. It is almost as big as the Grand Library of Abysmal Knowledge in Alchemisia. We need to find that mysterious guru. The defeated mage said he's here somewhere. I still don't trust these scheming Maggie, but it seems we don't have a choice. So victory is find guru. This is a non-combat scenario. It means Mayor's movement refills after each move. I cannot skip my turn. I can interact with NPCs that have yellow exclamation marks by moving next to them, like this one, and Rushy follows me automatically. So let's talk with this guy first. So yeah, this is kind of weird that Rushdie just jumps down instead of taking the stairs. Whoa, he's quite big. I'd rather not mess with this guy. I mean, fair, true. There's a lot of people just running around. This is a globe. But let's talk to Umbris first. Okay, Vorstrang is saying the dialogue of this guy is mostly badass mode exclusive, so of course in the normal mode there won't be much. Excuse me? He's completely focused on a book. I told you, Arcanas. I need to finish this tome of mastering magic fluctuations first before I form the intelligence enhancement ritual on that moo of yours. Now go and bother someone else. I'm not Arcanos, or whoever you think you're talking. For whoever you think you're talking to. Closes book and looks at me here. Oh, my apologies. Your voice is very similar to his. Now, I would like to ask you that you leave me alone, stranger. I have a tome to read. Sure, whatever. Hey, you. Huh? Welcome to the Palace of Omniscience, mister. This is the very heart of the Sky Kingdom in the center of the universe. How can I help you? Indeed, this place certainly looks like the center of everything. I am looking for Guru. Do you know where I can find him? Guru is upstairs. Thanks. You're welcome, Mr. Fancy Cap. Right. Damn, this is a globe. Oh man, this globe is really big. Huh, let me take a closer look. I don't recognize any of these lands on this side. This must be other continents of this planet. When our ancestors had discovered the abyss and settled Archemisia, they entirely gave up on world exploration. You can't blame them. They were just safe from the dangers of the outside world, living an isolationist utopian life together with their abysmal servants in the middle of the Great Desert for centuries. I scouted the borders of the Great Desert with my third master more than 250 years ago, but we didn't go very far. There were no flying carpets at that time. Engine? Well, they had their own affairs. So let's talk to some name. Browses books on the shelf. Assembling golems for beginners. Raising Landmasses, the Definite Guide, Magic for Lazy People, Magic for Moves, 10th edition, now with more pictures, Why Moose Have Small Brains, a case study, Gain Toad Mating Seasons, nah, this must be on a lower shelf. The Fall of the Ancient Cyclops Empire, The Dark Mysteries of the Great Jungle, The Arcane Encyclopedia Volume 1, Study of Dwarvish Machinery, incomplete, On Kara's Culture, A Deal with God, No Molas and His Motives. No, I'm looking for novels. What's that? Grabs a medium-sized book from the shelf. To Lands Unknown, The Incredible Adventures of the City God from Alchemisia. This must be fun. Starts reading. Nice. My, that's quite an extravagant costume. You look like a real summoner. But the masquerade ball starts in a few days. Because I am a real summoner? As if I'd believe that. But I must admit, you have really big chances to win first prize in the competition for the best costume this year. I told you this is not a and you even have a magic circle. I thought these devices were exclusive to summoners. I've never seen anyone else using those here. This is probably an illusion spell. A very clever one. Good job. Rushdie, you tell him. Human, this is a genuine magical circle. You are talking to the leader of Tartabar and I am the Queen of the Abyss. If you want more proof, I'd suggest you go outside and see our troops. Wait, so it's you? Unbelievable! But how's it possible? Your kind should be in the Abyss now. I know. I didn't make it on time and I'm stuck in this world for now. I was told Guru could help me and my men return to our folks in the Abyss. Ah yes, now I understand. Guru is definitely the person you're looking for. You can find him upstairs. Now pardon me, but I need to see those troops of yours. My friends won't believe me. I've met a real summoner and the Queen of the Abyss. This is awesome. And Francesca is saying that they laughed at the narrow. Did you hear that? He met a summoner. At least he remembered you're the Queen. Yeah. And then let's talk to him. Strong. Excuse me? I'm here to see the Guru over a very important matter. Not a talkative person, are you? Welcome to the Palace of Omniscience, me here. Though I'm generally above such petty things as entertainment, I must admit, you impressed me. You are the first visitor from the surface to reach a palace. And that's no small feat, mind you. Those Magi told that you are the person who can help me return to my people in the Abyss and make me fight my way here. So it better be true. Ah yes, I do know how to make it happen. Gentlemen, I need to discuss something with our guests here in private. Vacate the library until we are done. Much better. Where was I? Ah, yes. I know how to help you, but unfortunately opening a passage to the Abyss without the usage of abyssal magic requires an enormous amount of energy. It exceeds even our capabilities. At least at the moment. What? Are you saying that all my effort of getting here was pointless? There's no way I'm leaving this place empty-handed. There must be something I can do. Fortunately for you, there is a solution, but it will require some work on your part. You see, there are objects in this world that can store very large quantities of magic over time. If you could bring us one, we could release its accumulated power to open a gate for you. So there's still hope. Where I could find such an object? Not where could I? As a matter of fact, we do know the locations of two of them. The first is in the hands of the people of Karas. It is their holiest artifact. They call it the Sun Ray. Auntie never mentioned it. I wonder why. Not surprising, considering that it is their greatest treasure, the source of power of all sun warriors. And he would never tell a stranger about this. And you want me to steal it? Hell no! The people of Chaos helped me get here, they gave me hope. And besides, what kind of heartless traitor would I be to take the thing they hold most dear right after saving them? I'd rather sell my soul than that. For the record, this is sort of an Easter egg, because in the previous version of the Lands Unknown, he did exactly that. Like, Ghoul told him about the Sunray, and Maya was like, I'll get it. And they attacked then they attacked Chaos and actually killed a huge number of Karusins to get the Sunray. But that was the previous version of the Lands Unknown, and is no longer canon. I knew you wouldn't do such a thing. You are a good person, Mehir, but good people always have it harder than the rest. There's another power source, very far away from here, in one of the most distant places of all. You have to bring us one of the batteries of the Rune Masters, an ancient civilization that perished thousands of years ago. Go far away, search some ruins, find that thing and bring it back. Sounds fairly easy. And for task is bring the petition to raid Chaos again, and for the record, you're not the only person who brought up that petition. And insofar I know the author actually considers enabling that invasion in some way. Possibly. It's never that simple, Mehir. If it was, the battery would have already been taken and studied. Your companion is correct. There's indeed always a catch. You see, the Rune Masters are gone, but this place is protected by the mechanical creations, like your cities were protected by abysmal beings. A bunch of its ancient guardians shouldn't be too difficult to defeat. It won't be, as your army proved to be powerful enough, but there is a chance you will encounter the remnants of something more terrifying. Believe me, it won't be easy. Huh. This better not be another trick of yours. By the way, I've so many questions I want to ask. Can I stay a little longer and do so? Sure, I'm listening. After all, we do owe you some explanations. I've been wondering, who exactly are your people? It's almost like you're gods of this place. It almost seems like you're gods of this place. Oh, believe me, we are far from gods. But we know far more than others. We are just a group of people with the goal to study the world and its secrets, for science. One would say, knowledge is power. We agree with this philosophy to a certain extent. But sometimes, ignorance is bliss. Some nations are aware of this, but we try not to interfere and don't want to get tangled in others' wars. That is why we live in such a remote place. Try not to interfere? Don't want to get tangled in others' wars? You expect me to believe such drivel? I fought your kind in our territory twice. At first they attempted to steal one of our artifacts, and later defiled one of our sacred places and murdered one of our leaders. The death of my former master is on your subordinates' hands. You better have a good explanation, mage. Please put away your weapons. There's no need for even more needless violence than Iris, our cartographer, already caused. We sent him on a mission to learn more about your civilization. He was given resources for this task, but Alice, it looks like he used them in a wrong way. Or not. So you can now see the place where the Samoans nations existed. Like over there is Karos, here were the Taros, down there would be the Jungle of Life and the Barbarians' lands. Your young country was something completely new to us. The development pace of your Abyss-based civilization was extremely rapid and quickly gained our attention. We wanted to learn more about you and your intentions. Thankfully, your kind seems to be peaceful in nature and similar to us in some ways. So that, just because we civilly fought, we can just be pushed around? I understand your anger. The Master Council's decision to choose Ares was a failure to himself, but also an extraordinary success. We did not anticipate how violent his research methods would be. I do sincerely apologize for all the harm caused by Ares' actions. If you truly want to earn our forgiveness, help us retrieve this battery instead of merely pointing where it is and having us do all the dirty work. Otherwise, who's to say you aren't just trying to get rid of us by sending us to our deaths in some frozen wasteland? Your concern is understandable, but I assure you, getting rid of you is not my goal. This arrangement is beneficial for us both. You get to return home, we get an ancient artifact to study, as well as mend the strained relations between our nations. Besides, if I were your enemy, I wouldn't be putting my life at risk by standing unarmed without bodyguards in front of someone as powerful as the Queen of the Abyss. Neither of us has anything to gain from the other's death. Huh, I suppose you do make a point here. There. To prove our good intentions, I'll help you as much as I can. Firstly, I'll personally order 3 of our to aid you on your journey. Okay, this is kinda awkward. Yeah, first let's go to the chat first. Inferno is saying they consider re-adding the Karos raid, and first thing is saying if it is re-added, it should be definitely optional. And now, like, see that muscular giant next to the bookshelves? That's one of them. They are powerful beings, trust me. I would like to point out, before the room was cleared, there was a room over there, was one over there as well, but now there isn't, so this reference doesn't make sense at this point. Someone please take notes. Yeah, I can see that. Also, no offense, but your personal circle is a tad bit too primitive for the task at hand. What? This is the personal mega circle, the pinnacle of our abysmal design. Mine even has a special feature of summoning my deputy while he's bathing. I would like to point out this scene was removed from the normal version, and the reference should also have been removed. For the record, the reference also is in the next scenario, where it also shouldn't be. And Forstring is saying this dialogue should be made badass only, and it's true. And Fortress is saying that the badass mayor should betray his friends, and I disagree. I say if it's re-added, let it be optional, even the badass version. Like, let him do it if he wants to, but don't force the player to do this. Really? That's quite a novelty in sorcery. Well, we know how to upgrade it further, for free. Consider this part of the apology for the damage Ares has done. I'll tell Umbras, one of our white mages, who knows a great deal about abysmal magic, to do just that. Meet him at the northern Skydock. He'll upgrade your circle with our magic. Like, Umbras was the guy we met over there, a void mage. Great! Any help from you will prove useful. I didn't expect you would help us so much in the first place. You can still ask a few more questions if you want. Ah, yes. So, I've been wondering, your so-called moose seem oddly similar to the goblins I fought in the south. Are they perhaps the same species? Indeed, a moo is merely a magical and technical augmented goblin. Goblins make for pretty good test subjects. We kinda, gather hundreds of them from the south each year. Sounds rather cruel. Honestly, staying with the barbarians and being used as cannon fodder or a walking bomb is hardly a better fate. At least here they contribute to the advancement of science. Right. Another more important question. Since you claim that you observe things from here, then I'm sure you are aware that Karos was under attack by unknown forces. Karosians know about your kingdom, they even trade with you, yet you didn't help them. Why? So now it's focus on the Karosian lands. And look, it literally says Kara's Lands on the globe over there. Because of your arrival, our intervention was simply unnecessary at that point. You managed to fend Tara's crusade off with ease. Managed to fend the Terrors. So they are called Terriers. I wonder, why Anfi said Atirus to us asking for help instead of sending him to you? This is what I meant when asking the question. For several reasons. Firstly, we were unreachable at that point as our sky constantly moves over the ocean. When we are above continents, we occasionally visit the surface, trading with people there, then move back over the ocean. We visit Karos several times per year. And secondly, Karosians know that we have a neutral status. They knew we wouldn't help them. But the most ironic part is, they didn't even need help, even yours. Wait, what exactly do you mean? The Sun Ray, the holiest artifact I mentioned earlier, contains so much power that releasing it in front of the Terrors would melt their whole army in an instant. But Auntie does not want to mess with it. She even refused to direct more of its power to her warriors, because we agreed so. Had she done otherwise, they would have likely stopped the Terrors by themselves. But she decided to search for other solutions. Auntie probably only wanted to use the Sunray as a last resort. So you want to tell me that my journey to Karos was completely unnecessary? It depends on your perspective, but pretty much yes. If it's true that I could have won without us? Dear Nomaldas, I led my people for nothing, and now we are stuck here. Well, at least you have traveled the world, embarked on a quest, and met some interesting people. Alas, had you not helped Karos, we wouldn't have met, which would have completely ruined the plan. Besides, when you return to the Abyss, you have plenty of stories to tell your people. About all the things you've been through, you'll be known as a legend. You're right. I think it had to be that way. So what about Terrors? Who are they? Will they stop invading Karos? And why did they even attack? Their magic is powerful, maybe even comparable with ours. Aren't you afraid? So now we're focusing on the Terrors lands, as it says on the globe. Afraid of them? Hardly, if at all. Their armies certainly are very powerful, but they are unable to reach the Sky Kingdoms. As you have seen, even your best carpet riders can't fly that high, not to mention the Terrors Magi, who can only hover a few meters above the surface. Anyways, as for the Terrors themselves, they are a strange nation with a cult of darkness as their religion. Their lands are very far away, and they've killed many of the scouts we sent to their land, so gathering information about them has proven to be a difficult task, to say the least. I see. Though there's one more thing about him I want to know. They've been rambling about the return of the destroyers, who'd spare them if they prove themselves worthy. Sounds like just a move, but I'd like to be sure. Whew, those things are no mere moves, Summoner. They wiped out no less than 5 civilizations, including the Ur Masters. Those spawns of darkness are able to reanimate the dead as their puppets. Thankfully the invasion has been stopped, but their remnants still haunt some desolate parts of the world. Whoa. I really hope not to run into those things on my trip to the ruins. Like, this is over there, I guess, where the trip is. Go for that battery. We will do the rest. It has started. Finally. So with this, the scenario is over. And I gotta say, any questions? Because otherwise I'll just say see you next time. And thanks for watching and listening. Also, yeah, just want to say the previous scenario was very nice, especially the way it's looked now. Like previously it was far less embellished, so that's a huge upgrade. In that case, yep, see you next time.